Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here, back at it with very interesting new leaks when it comes to the brand new weapons coming out. This video will be in two parts, I have the timestamps in there for you. Part 1 will cover the water weapon, and part 2 will cover the wind weapon of course. We're expecting two brand new weapons to come out, and both of them honestly seem very promising, so I do want to jump in and cover that. But I do want to mention very quickly with you, if you haven't yet, to make sure you go to the link down below and you support us. That way, I can send you a bunch of juicy free codes. We have 5 codes right now and a bunch more coming out, so make sure you press that button, then you just wait. Then you go up top here, you press the My Page button, and all the codes are sent right here to receive benefits. It is very easy. Just wait a few hours and you will get all these codes here. We have 5 codes right now with more coming out, so just support and don't think, and you will get them of course. And also I do want to mention to join our Discord server. We have the largest solo organized community out there, and also we have giveaways for you in the form of hundreds in dollars, so make sure you join. This is for our supporters, and I do want to mention, although we have $300 in active giveaways right now, I'll do $400 more if we reach the 40,000 supporter mark, so it's up to you. Maybe stop at the 39,000 mark just so I do not go broke. These giveaways are hurting my wallet, so make sure you join, that way you don't miss out. But speaking of miss, a big shout out to Daki and Vasan. They were the first commenters on the last 2 videos. Here are shouts and enjoy those juicy exclusive Discord roles of course. So with all that said, let's jump back into the leaks. Remember, there's 2 weapons covered in this video. Do not miss part 2. It'll be later on in the video, but we have the water weapon with extreme buffing capabilities to the majority of our stats. But I do want to mention one thing. This has me very concerned. I'll explain why. Just because when it comes to a workshop, we always have a gimmick more or less when it comes to new modes. Well, I guess only Deimos had a new workshop where the hard mode needed a bunch of defense penetration, which some of our teams just didn't have. When it came to our light team, they were pretty much screwed, right? So when it comes to this weapon, based on the stats it provides, I'm a bit concerned for the brand new workshop mode, but let me know your thoughts. I do want to see if people enjoy the gimmicks or if they hated it. In my opinion, I didn't like it so much, just, well, just because I feel kind of bad because a lot of people summon for their light units, right? Thomas Andre got him to 810, but once they realized that they couldn't clear the workshop, they felt, well, more or less disappointed. So I do hope this doesn't happen for the brand new workshop mode, where we do need specific stats buffed up, and that's why I kind of noticed of this weapon here. It buffs a lot of certain stats, so it does have me just a bit concerned, but we'll see. We never know based on leaks what will happen, but you can see right here, this works with one of our existing blessing stones that is not commonly used. But I do want to mention one more thing. This is actually a free-to-play friendly synergy weapon. What could that mean? Well, I'll cover that. I do want to mention one of our water weapons that this weapon can work out with, I guess, to a high degree. What I did mention right here is surprising synergy, of course, because normally, when it comes to free weapons, we don't really get synergy out of them. When it comes to our pay-to-win weapons and their combinations, we only have one right now in the game. When it comes to the foxtail weapon and our quarterstaff, they work out perfectly together. And when it comes to this weapon here, of course, it should be extremely cool based on the type of weapon it is. We already have a similar weapon in the game that will look kind of close to it, right? I can't spoil it, of course, but do expect this weapon to look very cool. And it looks like based on the buffs overall, this is going to be potentially, we don't know just yet, a meta-defining weapon. Just based on the bonuses we can expect to get again, this is all to be determined. You always have to take the leaks with a grain of salt. But again, based on the buffs here, I am personally concerned of a workshop gimmick just because, well, it provides us very, very, very niche and specific buffs that we don't really see on our weapons too often, so I'm a bit concerned. But I do want to mention when it comes to our synergy, we only have 3 water weapons and only 1 of them are free, so this weapon right here, surprisingly, could have very good synergy with the brand new weapon, which is honestly a welcome addition. I mean, there is a very, 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 listen up carefully, I can't say it for sure, but there is a very specific buff this weapon does provide us that we don't normally see on very many weapons. Something to do with blessing stones that we do not commonly see, but I can't say for sure what that could be. It could be any blessing stone out there that the brand new weapon could work out with, right? So we'll see for sure. I'm sure all of you have a very educated guess on what that could be right over here, right? But we don't know, right? It could be anything out there, but this weapon could have good synergy. When it comes to our existing weapons like the Scandi and the Grimoire, there could be synergy just based on the weapons overall, but I don't think the Scatty is gonna get rejuvenated and become a good weapon. I just don't see it based on what I've read so far, but again, we never know. When weapons do release, it can change the landscape of what's meta and what weapons work and don't work, so do stay tuned. We don't know for sure, but the Grimoire obviously can work with every single weapon in the game. Just based on this right here, the elemental weakness damage bonus of 24%, super juicy. And I don't believe, based on what I've read so far on the new weapon, that it does have any elemental weakness damage bonuses, so the Grimoire will retain its place as giving us a one buff that we do need across the board when it comes to many bosses, so we have to wait and see what happens. The weapon does look very promising, but we do have another weapon as well, that being our win weapon. This one is free, it's an event weapon. Let me show the leaks right over here. So we have this weapon right here, the brand new event weapon, and my juicy rating is a 7.5 out of 10, not because it's bad, just because based on what I've read so far, it's a bit different than what we're used to when it comes to our win weapons, because it is very core tank heavy, similar to what the Phoenix Soul is like, but I do not think it's going to replace the Stormbringer, just because they do provide different buffs and bonuses, and when it comes to our pay-to-win weapons, obviously, they are generally not going to be replaced with free variants, just because that's, I guess, we could say it's bad business, right? The devs want to make sure we spend money on good weapons and not just get them replaced by free weapons, but I do want to say it does have very promising buffs and it does not seem weak just yet. We can't say for sure until the percentages come out, but it does seem very good and it's very comparable to the Vent Light Spear buffs we have. That weapon, the Foxtail weapon, is very promising. This weapon here is very promising too. So we jump back to our weapon right here. You can see it does provide us a lot of bonuses like crit rate and crit damage that we need, especially when paired with a quarterstaff. So I do want to mention this weapon is going to be fairly similar in the bonuses we are provided, just because it does give us, I guess, stats we generally do like to see, especially when it comes to free weapons. But I do want to mention it is not similar at all to this crappy weapon here. We have the Spooky Pumpkin, which is just not very good. We have two copies. I do have fuse up, but it's just not good, right? This weapon is kind of like a joke weapon we have, giving us bonuses that generally aren't that crazy. We do get, some wind elemental damage, which is fine, right? But the weapon itself is fairly mid. It looks good, but the brand new wind weapon should be just a bit better. We'll see, though. We don't know for sure. When it comes to these free weapons, they can be hit or miss. So far, we've had one good free weapon, the Gold-tailed Fox, and the other weapons here, we had the juicy Grilled Skewer, one of the best weapons in the game, period, just because, well, it's juicy, right? And we are gonna get it to A10 right here. Oh baby, this feels so good. My favorite weapon, the weapon of devs dedicated towards our juicy content creator, aka Zap. Oh gosh, I can't believe it. I love the devs in this game, but I do want to go back down here and talk about the free weapons. We have the surfboard, which, yeah, it's pretty bad. We do have this weapon though, the Truth Demonite Spear, which is very strong, honestly. This is one of the better weapons in the game, in my opinion, when it comes to free weapons and weapons overall. So this was a nice touch. We do have to grind towards it just a bit. And of course, we do have the Spooky weapon here, and I think that's it for the free weapons, at least nothing else comes to mind. So as you can see there, our current free weapons beside this one here is just not good, but I do think the brand new wind weapon will change that, giving us buffs we can use for our existing weapons like the Demon King Daggers, which will be pretty useful. But do stay tuned again, everything is always subject to change. We never know what's coming. The elements could change, the weapons could change, every single thing could change. But I do want to mention, when it comes to the brand new workshop mode, the fact that we're getting wind and water is huge. I'm so happy. That just kind of confirms that our late team was pretty much, well, not a bad investment. I don't want to say that. We have Gogen, he was obviously amazing, but we have Thomas Andre, who just, I don't want to say it, but his purpose was very minimal in our game. I do feel like right now he was honestly more or less a waste of a summon if you got him to the A10 mark. I don't want to downplay him though. He was very good. He was great for the story. He was great for the sim game when it first came out. He was great for a lot of content, but he just didn't have that major value like we had of hunters like Kane, who are just so darn good. I can't believe how good they are, and they're used across so many pieces of content. So Thomas Andre, I feel like his purpose leaks won't come just yet, but I do believe, quote me if I'm wrong, I do believe in September we are going to get a workshop mode that's weak to light, and I do feel like Thomas Andre is going to reign supreme. I feel like we might have a gimmick where we need shields or something. I mean, hopefully no more gimmicks in the workshop, but I feel like for our light team we do have a lot of shields, so we might need a lot of shields coming to play so we don't get maybe one-shotted. I'm not too sure. I honestly shouldn't give the devs ideas. We never know what kind of ass pull mechanic they'll pull on us. Oh gosh. Anyways, I digress. When it comes to our hunters right now, I feel like our win team is the way to go when it comes to early game, mid game, and late game right now, with a hint of the fire team, just because we do need them for so much content. So I would say if you're starting an account, let me know in the comments what you think. The win team and the fire team are your best bets, honestly, when it comes to getting Godo, when it comes to Inkane, when it comes to getting SL, Gina, and maybe not Mirai. We'll see though, just because right now when it comes to our win team, we're getting a brand new DPS unit, which is Nearman, who's going to be the brand new hunter, replace potentially Mirai. We just don't know. We'll see though. These are all leaks. We always take them for a grain of salt just because we never know what's coming, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop your like. Do not forget to subscribe, but also do not forget to support us that way. I can send you a bunch of juicy codes sent directly to you. Again, we have 5 codes right now, so don't miss out. But on that note, this is your Code King Zaf signing out.